changes around a lot of the time. So, Indicum, welcome to the next game. You see Terror 1-0 up, and we're going to just switch up the overlay for you right here. Terror, of course, is the blue Terran in the top left-hand corner, and Bandy is the now brown Zerg. Brown, there you go, had it there. In the bottom right-hand corner, the map is now Othello. Once again, I'm not a big map balance whiz, so I don't really know what the statistics are on this map. Yeah, well, I guess we'll just see how it goes. We'll see if we see anything crazy this game as well. We'll see if we can get a halfway decent performance out of Bandy, because that last time, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he crushed under the pressure. I don't know if his build just went horribly as a one-off, but either way, it didn't end up being pretty. So I'm going to get a drink of water now, and I will leave you watching Bandy, so if he does anything ridiculous, you'll know. Good water. Normal stuff from everybody. It looks like maybe overpool, 12 pool, 12 hatch, one or t'other, or the other, happening for Bandy. Just pumping out the SCVs, so no BBS, no crazy stuff, no early pool. Nope, not overpool. We're going to see a 12 something, that's fine, and SCV now running out, making the barracks. No super early expand as of yet, but throwing down the barracks, and it does indeed look like we'll be witnessing a 12 hatch once again from Bandy. Drone's already there, just chilling at the natural expansion spot, and down it goes. Minerals dropping to the floor, and he'll be making another drone maybe soon. Or maybe it's just a spawning pool next, that's fine. Also equally good. So, barracks happening. Now, I'm really curious to see what Bandy's approach to this is. As we saw TTF do, he may decide to switch up his approach as it failed so horribly in the last game, so we may see something like maybe lurkers, maybe some kind of cheesy stuff as the last game went so badly. But as we saw TTF do, he thought, right, that didn't work, so I'm going to try something completely different. And of course, TTF still crashed and burned, anywho. But no biggie, because this is Bandy, and Bandy might be able to pull something awesome out of the hat, so we'll just have to wait and see for this one. Not getting a particularly early scout in, but that's okay. Moseying on across now to Terror's base. I actually have a slight cold today, so sorry if I keep having to take a lot of water or keep sniffing disgustingly or anything. That's sorry about that. There's nothing I can really do. It's just cruel, cruel fate. A drone actually making its way all the way into the base of Terror, so getting a full scout, sees no particularly early gas, so he's going to once again predict some kind of M&M play, which is okay. One idle drone rather, so he wants to get that mining absolutely as quickly as possible. There we go, there it goes. And another hatchery being laid down relatively early, so once again he's going for that slightly higher Mutalisk count, so let's hope he doesn't get supply block this time, because we did see some rather late Mutalisks in the last game due to that little error. I mean, it's not a particularly huge deal, but in that game where you end up really behind, it's often because of a culmination of lots of smaller things putting you far, far behind the other guy. So the supply depot is happening for Terror, so not getting supply blocked or any stupid stuff like that. Now laying down the gas, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be some kind of M&M stuff we're going to see from him. Still no creep colony or anything from Bandy, completely confident that nothing is coming his way, which is fair enough at this point. Just trying to chase down this SCV. He should be able to corner it quite soon, having produced 2 Zerglings, but outsmarted again by Mr. SCV, clunking his way around the base with his little welding tool just in case he gets in trouble. Off he goes. Ooh, fancy little bit of micro from Terror, managing to take 1 hit, but no more than that. And he wants to keep that alive as long as possible to see if Zerg tries anything, especially after last match. As I've already mentioned like a bazillion times, no second gas yet from Mr. Bandy, but again, no massive big deal. Expansion now up for Terror, and he's managing to pump SCVs out of 2 command centres now, so getting that economic advantage really working for him. And the marine attack upgrade going down now, and the second barracks also going down. So yeah, another pretty standard M&M approach for Terror. Not quite sure if he'll choose to take his army out on the map again this time. Often we see Terrans hang back a lot more and just defend the Mutalisks with their initial group of M&M. And it does look like it's going to be Mutalisks. We don't see any Hydralisk Den. The Hydralisk Den would have been up a little bit earlier if it was going to be Lurkers, so that he could coincide it with that lair finishing and then start the Lurker upgrade absolutely immediately. Third barracks actually going down, so again it's going to be a decent number of M&M right from the beginning. And this SCV finally goes down. Sorry, Mr. SCV. Oh, Queen's Nest already for Bandy. So really fast Queen's Nest and an Evolution Chamber. So good thing he managed to catch that SCV, because this is really pretty crazy stuff we're going to be seeing from him. Yeah, he's going to go for a super fast Hive Tech. So I don't know, we probably won't be seeing a super fast third base, because of course he won't have the unit numbers to really carry such a thing off. So I'm not quite sure what he is going to do. I guess it's just going to be a mass sunken colony build and try and hold out until the crucial tech comes in to save the day for him. A really edgy Zerg play, an extra barracks bunker rather going down for Terror. So I guess he really doesn't know what's happening, and he's just playing it a little bit safe, which of course is nice for Bandy. But as I've mentioned before, again, bunkers are so cheap that building an extra one, if you're not sure, really doesn't make much of which ways. So it's better to be safe than sorry, especially when you're playing at high-level competition such as this, where there is cash on the line. Because of course it's every gamer's dream to win the money for doing what they love to do. Well, it's everybody's dream really. Another SCV going down, well spotted by Mr. Bandy. And those Zerglings go back to their post to watch out for more unfortunate scouts sent far out onto the map of Othello to try and find out what on earth the Zerg is doing. But he'd have a hard time right now getting past his sunken colony. I would probably imagine that it's been scanned by now. I think scan has been up for a little while. Maybe not actually. We see pretty much roughly the same amount of scan on both scanners, but we may have had 2 scans go down so far. So yeah, we'll see about that. But now, as I predicted, a whole bunch of extra creep colonies going down in preparation for this push. I hope they're going to be in time, because these Marines are advancing pretty quickly. But it looks like they will just about be in time. These Zerglings doing some sort of weird run by. I'm not sure if they'll try and get into the main maybe, or if they're there for a surround, or just to mop up any reinforcements, because that's also an equally smart move. It looks like they are going to be there to take out reinforcements, and the sunken colonies are just coming up in time. I think he's going to have to lay down more in the future, trying some kind of run by with these Zerglings, taking out a couple of reinforcing Marines, and he's going to make his way all the way into the main base of Terror, so he's going to be able to camp out at those barracks for a little bit. Really nice move, taking out reinforcements. But meanwhile the Terran tries to go in, and he's going to try and take on all these sunken colonies. One of the sunken colonies goes down, and he might actually be able to break it here. If one of these sunken colonies goes down, they're not actually killing any Marines anymore, re-stimming, but it looks like these drones might just be enough. But a huge amount of economy being sacrificed from Bandy, losing a lot of drones right away in this little engagement. All the Marines are just cleared up, but my god, ridiculously close to absolute death for Bandy, and his economy will be reeling after that. He does have a pretty decent number of drones for a Zerg player. Third base coming up now, so he'll be able to pump them a bit better. But I think that dashing those Zerglings in behind, really smart move. Being able to take out the medics on the way back, which is of course an extra bonus. But dashing those Zerglings in might have really saved the day for him there, keeping the reinforcements from barreling in at his base. He'll probably need to be laying down a couple more Sunkens. Whether he can afford the drones or not is immaterial. He's going to have a hard time defending otherwise. The Ultralisk Cavern now. Ultralisk Cavern off to base. This is going to be pretty all-in stuff from Bandy. He's been saving up his gas for a bit, I reckon, and so it's just going to be one massive army he's going to be able to produce, and then he's going to try and do all the damage in the world. These Zerglings are going to scout and die, about half of them going down, but no biggie, they're not particularly expensive. So he's going to have to throw up a couple more sunken colonies. He will not be able to defend this with just 2 extremely weak sunken colonies, 1 full health, and a bunch of Zerglings. He's going to need more stuff than that. A couple more Zerglings actually going into the fray and being taken out incredibly easily by the superior forces of Terror. So I really would like a couple of extra colonies to be going down here. One, again, I don't know if that's quite safe. A decent number of Marines here are going to, and the Firebats are going to take out these Zerglings absolutely no problem. I would really recommend another colony, and I would really recommend morphing that one to a sunken right away. But this third, I fear it's going to be pretty much dead. I don't know really how he could defend that at this stage. He can't be getting any colonies up at this stage. His best bet now would be just to take these drones and hide them away. Just to try and get any little bit out of this he can. The Terran now still just second engineering bay. Guess he wants the faster upgrades, but still just pumping out Marines. Factory and starport are out, so we will be having science vessel on the map anytime soon. But yeah, as I predicted, this is getting absolutely trashed. Oh, and also, as I thought, hiding out the drone in order to try and get that third up again as quickly as possible. But that hatchery is not going to last 2 seconds in the tender care of those Marines, and it does go down. The Ultralisk armor plating upgrade is about halfway done. It is, of course, quite a slow upgrade. But after that, his Ultralisk will be brutally effective. But he really hasn't been able to produce many because he's still only off 2 gas, and he has only been off 2 gas all this time. And it looks like this gas is actually slightly slow. Sorry, slightly slow to mine. So he's just going to have 1 army, but I don't know if it's even enough to be called a particularly big army, because, well, it's just like 3 Ultralisks and a bunch of Zerglings. So we'll see how that goes. 4 Ultralisks now, which is slightly heftier, and of course a single Ultralisk can hold out under a lot of M&M fire. Well, medics don't fire, but M fire. First science vessel is nearly out, and that is actually a whole bunch of Marine and medic forces. So Terror looking to just bash through Bandy with low-cost, high-effectivity troops. Effectivity? I just made up a new word, I suppose. Effectiveness. Effectiveness? Ah, screw it, I don't know, I'm dumping that word forever. A bunch of Zerglings are now going to see exactly what's going on. I really, really hope he doesn't waste these right away on a really big ball of M&M. But these Ultras coming up, and there's might be enough, actually, Marines to defend this, but the Zerg force does go in, and these Ultras instantly taking a huge amount of damage. I hear nothing but Zergling death, and the Ultras are forced to back off. 3 of them is not nearly enough to take down an army of this magnitude. He needs better tech than that, and actually he may lose 1 completely for free. All these Marines just focusing it down, and yes, it does go down, and the Terran unstoppably pushing his way towards the Zerg base with a really, really massive M&M force. Just pure SK Terran, I believe this is called, with the science vessel and the Marine medic and nothing else. So pretty cool, pretty old school stuff from Terror. But it looks like it's going to be effective, as he's going to be able to catch Bandy's 3rd base going up now, this 4th going up in a slightly hidden location. Yeah, he's going to be able to destroy this. Bandy really needing this gas a lot earlier on. 4 Ultralisks up again, 5 up, but I still don't know that it's going to be enough to defend this really rather huge number of Marine medic, and I think this is going to be the final hurrah for Bandy, running in, trying to take out all these Marines, but a huge amount of Zergling blood going down. 1 Ultralisk dying, 2 Ultralisks dying, oh, and the irradiate happens, and there's the GG from Bandy in a really, really dramatic end battle. Nice manners there from Bandy. Good luck in the next round to Terror.